We will have a 15-minute question and answer session right now. We have, yeah, you can, well, you can walk around.
Oh, I'll walk around.
Yeah. While you were talking, I heard some people yell out the price objection earlier. I don't think we addressed that, so maybe you can handle that.
When it comes down to price, I mean, an objection on price, the easiest thing is when they say, well, that's more than we want to spend. Tell me what were you planning on spending? Why do you think it was this much? Let them tell you. See, here's the thing. It's very simple. If you charge more, you do more. If you charge less, you do less. When I'm buying something, I know nothing what I'm buying, I buy price. When I know what I'm buying, I buy what I want to buy. I mean, look, for instance, what do you spend to get your hair done? A lot of money? More than $10? See, for me, I don't care. Some people will spend $40 on a steak. I'm happy with peanut butter and jelly, but I love electronics. So we have to find out what's important to the customer. Like if I want gas today and we use gallons, not liters, but let's say, I don't know what the conversion is, but if it's cheaper over here than it is over here, but it says the pump is out and I got to go out in the rain, I'm going to the more expensive place. It's all a matter of finding out what that client wants and do they see the value, and it's asking more questions. Come on, ask some questions. If not, I'll make them up. Come on, you got to have some. If you don't have questions, that means I did a lousy job. Somebody humor me. See, if you don't ask me later, ask me now. Come on, impress your friends. I'll give you a book, okay? Who wants, here, next one gets a book on negotiating. I only brought about 8 or 9 of them with me. Here. God, I got to bribe these people. This is unbelievable. All right, here, this is the only one I got, so here you go. Take the book first, catch with the other hand. All right. Unbelievable. Got to bribe you.
When you have to promise something to a customer that you may not be able to deliver, how you handle that?
When you promise something and can't deliver, I don't know about you, let me put it this way. On my tombstone, and I'm serious, here's what it's going to say. Hal Becker, this date to this date, and right beneath it, it's going to say, if I didn't call you back, this is the reason why. Always keep your promises. If I tell you I'm going to call you by 4 o'clock and you don't have the answer, you still call them and leave them a voicemail or text them. I'll get back to you by tomorrow. Always keep your word. I teach this to my daughter. It's simple stuff. See, here's the thing. What kind of legacy do you want to leave? I want to walk away, people go, you know, he was an honest dude. He kept his word. One of my friends, Sal, every time I call my friend Sal, on the phone, and you all have a friend like this, another call comes in, I'll call you right back. Here's what I say to him. No, you won't. You say you will, you won't. He forgets to. How do you want, see how you view yourself, how do your clients, friends, and family view you? Always keep your promises regardless of what you've said to someone. Always. And if you can't deliver, you can't deliver. All the way in the back. I'm out of books. So. Well, we're going to wait for the mic so everybody can hear you.
Hi, you spoke about number of cold calls. It's an area of weakness for me personally.
And everybody else.
What percentage? I mean, you talked about having a 30 prospect list, minimum of 30. What percentage would you say in terms of cold calls? Providing that you're hitting quotas and all of that.
Let me answer it a little bit differently. In my bio, what made me number 1 at Xerox?
Sorry?
In my bio, what made me number 1 at Xerox was a very simple process. My quota. See, I love what Zig Ziglar says. He's a motivational speaker. It's amazing how much stuff we get done the day before vacation. We all put off the things we don't want to do, and we find time for the things we want to do. So when I was at Xerox, I was told we had to make 10 new business calls a day. That was what they told me I was supposed to do. I said, what's not going to make me money? Getting up late, going home early, golfing, shopping. I love TV, watching TV. What's going to make me more money is more rejection. So I set a goal, because a goal without a plan is a wish. I'm not going to wish to make money, I'm going to plan it, because I grew up poor. We never owned a home, and I wanted to be wealthy. No right or wrong, no surprises. I wanted to be wealthy where I could not have to work or pick and choose who I want to work with on my terms. And I set a goal of 20 calls a day. If today I can only do 10, tomorrow I do 30. But at the end of the week, when everybody else at Xerox did 50, I did 100. At the end of the month, when I had 200, I had 400. We walked into our President's Club trip in a fancy hotel in Florida, and everybody else there had 2,400 calls. I just strolled in with 4,800, double the amount. The consistency is one of the most important words in sales, because like baseball, the greatest players batted more than anybody else. I mean, you know, you're not going to get in baseball, if you strike out 7 out of 10 times, we call that failure in business. In baseball, they call that $3 million a year. So it's strictly a numbers game. You got to pick that number, and you got to stay with it regardless. But you got to pick a number that hits 4 things. To be a goal, it has to be 4 things. It's got to be specific. It's got to be measurable. It's got to be realistic. And it's got to be within a time frame. And once you start setting that goal, you'll win. And it's a weakness not just for you, for everybody, cold calling.
What do you do when a customer says, I already have that from another supplier, and you try to show the benefits of your product over the supplier, and they say, that's okay, that's okay?
When they say they already have that supplier, I ask them one question. Are you head over heels in love with them? Tell me about it. Let's say we're both, I ask her, you want to go out for dinner? She says, no, are you married? Are you living with your husband? Maybe they're not. I don't know. We're kidding here. We're kidding. But are you head over heels in love with them? Tell me the story. How long have you been doing business with them? What do you like about them? What don't you like about them? And here's the mark of a pro. If I see that they're truly happy, they really have a great relationship, everything's good, here's what I'm going to say to them. And I'm not kidding about this. Can I call you once a year in case they die? What's the customer going to do? Sure. Laugh. If they don't laugh, I don't want you as a customer anyhow, and here's my call. Once a year, hey, how you doing? Is he dead yet? But what happens, Sam Walton, who built the finest, he built Walmart. He had a simple line back in the 60s as he was building his corporation. Swim upstream, do the opposite of everyone else. My style is I don't want to stay behind a podium. I'll be the opposite of most speakers. I want to float around. I'm going to do something different than other speakers. I'm not going to use PowerPoint. So be different. So if they're truly happy, walk away. You're done. If you've uncovered everything, there's nothing else you can do. You want your customers to stay loyal to you. Same thing. I think we have time for one more.
Hi.
Hi.
Oh, how?
Oh, I got 2 more.
Yeah.
I hear a voice.
Right here.
There you go. Hiya.
I
We got one in the
thoroughly
back after this.
enjoyed the
Thank you.
session. It was very entertaining and packed. But I have a question for you. Do you believe everyone can be trained to sell?
No, not even close. Here's the thing. And please don't take this the wrong way. I am not trying to be condescending. How many of you have a dog? How many trained your dog go to the bathroom outside? I can train my dog go to the bathroom outside. I can't train my dog to be sweet. I can't train salespeople. As I said, how do I train desire, dedication, focus, honest, sincerity, empathy, discipline? You can't train those skills. I can train product knowledge, and I can train asking some questions. After that, it's up to the person. A lot of people, see, the reason people go into sales, in my opinion, is only two major reasons. Number one, they want something different all the time. They're ADD. They don't want to be stuck doing the same thing all the time. Number 2, greed or money. It's the second highest paid profession in the world. You want to, see, here's the coolest thing about sales. You work harder, you make more money. It's up to you. You want to really work hard, you make a lot of money. You don't want to work, you're living outside in a little box. It's a great profession. The problem is there's so few pros. I know I'll speak for them. In my entire life, I've maybe met 12 to 14 pros. When you see a pro, you sit back there and go, whoa. Because they're into their game, they're students of sales, they're reading, they're studying, they're going in prepared, they're organized. It's such a pleasure to see a pro. I rarely see them. And I've trained 700,000 plus salespeople. I've only met less than 24 pros. We had a question back here, and then I think one over here, and if there's enough time.
What do you think the challenges, or what are the major challenges in your eyes for a sales rep who has tangible clients in their territory, and your clients are not tangible? Like in the pursuit of happiness, he was able in 20 minutes to go and see his client. In my environment, our clients are not even in our territory. So it is, the first thing is engaging, getting, engaging them in the services and then setting up a meeting. What do you say the challenges, or are there any major differences for a salesperson who has the ability to jump in their vehicle and see them in the next 10 minutes as opposed to going to another country?
The biggest challenge for most salespeople, and we didn't have time to get into this today at all, it's a good hour discussion at least, is time management and territory management. The key is to work a calendar very smart. And I didn't have time to talk about that, but the key is how often are you, see, nothing is better than face-to-face. What's second best? Phone. Let me give you a line that I learned from a 26-year-old young adult. Email is for information, is for information, not communication. You want to build a relationship, you've got to see that person, at least talk to them, or if they have Apple, do FaceTime. It doesn't matter. I want to see someone's eyes, someone's smile. I want to know about them. I want to know what makes them tick. I want to spend a little bit more time with Deborah to find out what she really is looking for. You know, not just the emails back and forth. I couldn't wait to meet her in person. I didn't know if she was 22 or 62 until I met her. Didn't have any idea. But I look forward to building a relationship because that's when people want to use you. I don't want to be a vendor to anyone. So that's the best way I can answer it. It takes a lot more answer than that, but it's really managing your time properly, looking at your schedule, planning out. I work 3 months out. It's not a fun schedule, but it's the way it is. Every business is different in that respect, and then you have to look at it and strategize it, and that's what these guys here do. They help strategize that kind of stuff of how you should see. Take a look at your client list, how many times a year you should see them, is it in person? And here's another question we don't ask people, another very important question no one's taught. How do you want me to communicate with you? In the U.S., don't email me, call me. Here, email me, because I'm not calling you back. Too expensive.
Okay,
But we can do FaceTime.
Sorry, we had one more question.
One more. All right. Can I have 2 minutes to answer this? What is the ideal salesperson? What are the attributes? I'm going to give you a quick story in 2 minutes. So can I go through this 2 minutes? All right. Let me give this to you because it happened 3 weeks ago, the ideal salesperson. At least once a week, I have people calling me saying, Hal, do you know anybody I can call? Do you know a great salesperson? My answer is no, I don't, until July 11th. See that? Oh, you got to put the screen up. Okay, you're going to see that girl, see that smile? Okay, I'm visiting my friend who's in the left corner. He's in a nursing home, and I'm there 3-4 times a week to visit him. He's my age, but he's a quadriplegic. He has MS, multiple sclerosis. All he can move is his thumb. That's it. Well, his thumb's over here. So anyways, I'm talking to him, and I hear this young girl. She's going, hi. Everybody's walking past. We're having a bake sale for the nursing home, and we have our goods. And she's going through the whole pitch. And I'm listening to her, and I just zone my friend out because I don't care now because I'm listening to a salesperson. And she's got this, look at that smile, that enthusiasm. So I go up to her, I go, excuse me, what's your name? She goes, Lily. I go, Lily, my name's Hal. Can I give you a suggestion how to sell more? And here's what she went, absolutely. Whoa. Lily, every time somebody walks past your table, here's what I want you to say to them. Would you like a brownie or a cookie? And don't say another word. Just try it, trust me, just try it. She goes, okay. Next person walks by, hi, you like a brownie or a cookie? Sure. Oh, I see it's $1. Okay. She goes, it works. Now her close ratio went from like low 11, 12% up to 20-some percent, because I'm keeping little slash marks now. So maybe 20 minutes goes by, I go, Lily, want to go to stage 2? She goes, yeah. What's stage 2? I said, we're going to have fun. We're going to play because kids want to play. The next person that walks past you and you say, would you like a cookie or brownie? They say no, and they're walking away. I want you to wait for just a pause for a second and say these words to them. Why not? So she tried it. Why not? Oh, I'll take one. Close rate went to high 50s. I'm watching her, and here's why. She had such enthusiasm, wanted to listen to you, but unlike most people try it once and don't do it again, she did it every time. Then I wrote an article about them, then her mom, they took a picture and sent it to me. So every time I get a phone call, you know, if a great salesperson, now I can finally say, I got one. But you're going to have to wait about 12 years. I can't train that. So that answers 2 of your questions. No, it's not trainable. Thanks for your time.
Thank you. All right. Okay, we'll take a break right now. The